At this point, I feel like there's more than one me. There's me, right here. There's also the me that was running the loop in old Velsar. And the me that used to be a dumbass kid. We've got some similarities, sure, but we lived in completely different worlds. And it changed us. If Kid Drock saw deadbeat Drock ditching his dreams, he'd be pissed. And if they saw me fighting to make those dreams happen, I bet they'd be surprised. And when I'm as old as Greats or Pops, I'll probably be laughing at how dumb current me used to be. I guess that's what growing up is. You make a new you to fit your new life. You try stuff, and your tastes change. I think I like it that way. If nothing's permanent, then someday, the dark clouds over our sky will clear. There's so much to look forward to. So I'm not running from the future anymore. I'm not afraid to change. And you wanna know why? Because there'll always be ashes under the embers. The guy I was is powering who I am. No matter how many times I pass the torch, I've got the same flame burning in me to get out there and fly. That's all it comes down to, you know? The stuff that doesn't change. The core of what makes me Drock. In the end, that's what's truly important. I'm not who I used to be, but imagine you line my past selves up and ask them all a question. Young Master, some ruffian has gone and hurt your friends. What should we do? Every single Drock could give you the same answer. Make them pay! Believe me, whoever messed with Sekka and Kagero, they're going down.
Young Master, look at this.
There's fur everywhere. Werewolves don't shed this much, even in canine form. Ugh, there's clumps of skin attached. Kinda like someone clawed their own hair out.
Some of the samples are wet, but it's not just the bloody ones. My guess is tears. They must have been crying, frantically pulling their hair out as they ran. And then...
The trail goes completely cold here. Why's it stop so suddenly? Even if someone picked him up and flew off, there should be a trace of something.
I'm going to start losing my mind. We've received countless reports of depressive acts, and they're growing darker by the day. People going missing, left and right, without even a hint of where they went, or why. Just what is going on?
Someone's picking a fight. I bet they think they're real smug, leading us around on wild goose chases. But I'll find them.
You sound just like your old man did back in the day.
Yeah. Now, give me an update. How much of the Allied team is left?
We've still got most of the support members, but battle-ready forces, we're down to about 50 heads.
50?! You're telling me out of all the clans combined, that's all we've got? Velsar's starting to feel real empty.
I know. But the wolves were a mess after losing Guido. And the yokai didn't have a leader in the first place. If you hadn't stepped up, I dare say, we'd have lost them all.
You know, no pressure, but I'll do what I can. Keep recruiting. Tell him Drock needs everyone on the lookout for the invader. We know from Sekka, the perp's armed with a blade. And we know from Kagero that they can use it. I don't want anyone engaging them but me and Alizard. If someone sees something, get him to run and tell us.
Not a soul alive could overpower you and Alizard combined. I'll inform the forces at once.
Before you run off, I've got one more job for you. Got it? Velsar's fate is on the line, and you're in charge of the key.
Young Master, Are you certain? Do you understand what you're saying? It's too risky. And besides, you and Alizard should be more than strong enough on your own.
Oh man! It's wild hearing that from you of all people. The tables sure have turned. But thanks. I guess it just goes to show you were never hung up over the damn thing itself. Every greats I've ever known has been worried about me.
I don't understand.
Doesn't matter. Just trust me, and be there. Alizard's expecting me at the bar to share his findings, so I've gotta run. And, don't worry. It's not gonna kill me. I've got way too much riding on my wings.
Damn it all. I'll do it. You know I want to see you soar.
Hey, coming through.
Oh.
Oh, don't you go all gloomy on us too. You hear those guys? That's why you've got to keep it together. You're their only comfort. If the bar goes down, everyone's going down with you.
What's the point? We're screwed. Might as well enjoy ourselves before it ends, right?
Let's see. The shelves are still stocked at least, but we're gonna need a sub for the barkeep.
Welcome. Are you going to order something?
Ha ha, very funny. Or, wait. Are you serious?
The barkeeper is incapacitated, and the clientele are in no state to help themselves. I have a long history with the place, and owe it at least this much. Any other questions, or are you ready to order?
If you insist, grab me a plate of something and a glass of whatever. Think I've got an idea to liven stuff up, but I could use someone to run it by first.
Your order, Drock? First, a plate of gizzards, modestly spiced in Spurred-On's house style.
Modestly? They smell like they're gonna have me breathing fire.
Oh? I thought you liked spice. Is it too much for our little prince to handle?
I can handle a lot of spice, thanks. You're crazy though, man.
Well, you will have this to wash it down. That cocktail I promised you the other day. I modeled it after the sunset we saw in Reveal. Fiery light over a darkened sky. I understood then why it calls you so.
Gee, barkeep, woo me more. Is there mana in this? How? Wait, I get it now. So that's why you were being so deep about the signature cocktails. Put a lot of yourself into developing these, huh? You could tell from the start, couldn't you? That we were dealing with someone from another world.
This is why I made you wait until last. I doubted the other two would notice, but you know the drinks here as well as the barkeeper.
You and me both.
And here I was, afraid of how you would react. I expected more, you know, screaming or threats.
What do you take me for? I know how much they mean to you. Sekka, Kagero, all of Velsar. If this is what it takes to protect them, do it. I just wish you didn't have to set it up all alone.
Enough. Be quiet and eat before it goes cold.
Yeah. Just thinking out loud because someone's too shy to say it himself. So, basically, this is like what happened to Reveal, right?
Similar, yes. A keeper is interfering with Velsar. A power not of this world is ravaging it. If we fail to act, she will purge all existence. I must thank our elven friend Arisa for imparting her knowledge.
Oh yeah! She said she'd chase keepers to all kinds of worlds, right? Real humble, too. She made it sound like running errands.
I gather she is not humble so much as she is acclimated to the concept. I cannot fathom what she has been through, saving not one, but many worlds from peril. The whole of Reveil could not break free from the Keeper's loop alone. Velsar is the result of uncountable failures. Arisa made it look achievable, yes, but not once did our people save themselves without intervention and miracles. I am afraid, Druck. I am so used to simply doing everything over when I inevitably fail. But this time, I only have one chance, and I am not certain I have used it wisely. I knowingly sent Sekka and Kagero straight to the invader. What if my plan fails? I finally got everything I spent lifetimes without, and I sent them to their doom. Now, more than ever, I must stand strong. But I have never felt so weak.
Second-guessing yourself, huh? Welcome to the club, Bat Boy.
I beg your pardon?
I mean, come on. I didn't get tossed through the loops as many times as you did. But you know what? The rest of us fumbled our way through the darkness like it was the only life we had. Me, Sekka, Kagero, and now you. You finally broke out of the loop. So remember the past, look forward to the future, and most importantly, live the life you've got here and now. You can do it. It's just taking a little getting used to. Think back to your very first life, when it was just you versus the world. I bet you fought each day with everything you had.
It has been so long, I cannot recall it clearly.
Keep thinking then, and no more bottling it up all alone. A bottle's best when you've got buds to share it with, right?
Yes, I suppose I cannot argue with that.
Now we're talking. So what's our plan?
Admittedly, you are ill-matched to our foe. She is crafty, and has been crippling her opponents. Fighting her head-on will prove difficult. However, that is exactly what I want you to do. Trust your instincts, and do not weigh yourself down with elaborate tricks.
Sure thing, partner. I don't know how this whole thrall thing works, but I'm just gonna call you partner. We can skip the details of the pact or whatever. I trust you know what you're doing, and I'm sure Sekka and Kagero would have said the same thing.
I know. I would say the same, were it me in their place.
Hey, one other thing. I asked Greats to bring me the Seer Stone.
Your inheritance, as I recall. A powerful mana stone passed through the Dragonoot clan's leaders for generations. You have seen what its fires can do, and what it takes to wield them.
Yeah, it only accepts someone worthy of leading. That's the tricky part. Being the heir isn't a guarantee, and strength alone isn't enough. It judges the fire within you, and no one can really say how. Greats didn't want to let me try.
Understandably, you are the clan's sole heir, and strongest warrior. They cannot afford to lose you, nor can I. It's far too risky, especially given that you are not originally of this Velsar. If you require mana, using mine would be far safer. I mixed only a small amount into your drink, but I can give you more.
Back up, back up. So much for being all suave and mysterious about it.
Drock, I will not deny it. The Seer Stone would be an invaluable asset not only for the fight, but also for certain plans I have after. If it fails, though, the plan will be for naught, and you will die in vain.
If it fails. You said earlier that we don't stand a chance against the Keeper without a miracle, right?
Realistically speaking, yes.
Then we're all good. Luck's on our side. You went through a bazillion worlds to find the one with miraculously perfect odds. All that's left for me is to follow through and protect it with all the fire in my soul. I'll be a pile of smoldering ash before I see this world end. Ah! Now that's got a kick. A taste of the fire in you. Thanks. Now, I'm gonna go crush that fight.
Before you go, tell me.
What? More life advice? What makes me so cool?
Certainly not. I am merely curious why you have accepted the Seer Stone. You always avoided your commitments to the clan.
Why do you think? I am their leader now. My friends are in danger, so I'm gonna do everything I can to save them. Besides, I'm stronger now. One little rock isn't gonna weigh my wings down.
I have my answer. Life advice, and an idea of what makes you cool.
What can I say? I've got it all. Also, that cocktail was pretty good. I'd say you're a better bartender than drunk, so give that saloon plan a good hard think while you wait for me.
I'll make every endeavor. We will meet again, my dear friend.
All right. Takes me back coming all the way out here. Whenever stuff didn't go my way as a kid, I'd fly as far away as I could to cry. And then every time, greats had come flying after me.
There you are. Come on, we're going home. I heard you and one of your friends had a little fight. How about we go apologize together? You've got to be the bigger man if you're gonna fly them all to the sky, right?
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Greats.
All in a day's work, young master. I'm looking forward to that dream of yours.
I know we're fighting the end of the world and all, but man, this place hasn't changed. What the hell is that?
What does it look like, dear? That is the beginning of the end.
Ha!
My, what a brute! Is that any way to greet a lady?
I ain't dumb and you ain't no lady. Now shut up and put up! The way Alisard hyped her up, I thought this would be harder. Just gotta keep pushing my lead and I've got her.
Quite confident, aren't you?
Don't fall for it. Don't let her distract you.
This is like playing a game with a child. I'm just keeping you busy while we wait for our guest.
Shut
Young Master!
No! He'll get caught in the flames! Come on, stop! Ah! Ugh!
I hope you enjoyed your turn. Now, it's mine.
Young Master! How dare you!
Shh. I'm not going to kill him. Or at least, I wasn't planning to. It would be a shame if any accidents happened, though, so I would advise you not to upset me. Now, out of curiosity, what's worth more to you? That rock, or this boy's life? I know all about your seer stone. I made sure to study every inch of Velsar and its inhabitants. Because I'm just a pathetically weak human who's failed one too many times, and I'm not taking any more chances. Hand the stone over, please.
Damn it! This was a trap, and I charged straight in. Great. Take the stone and run. I said go! Don't you dare hesitate. You always said the fate of the clan, our pride, matters most.
I can't. Forgive me, Drock. Forgive me, Master. I'm not as strong as you.
I appreciate your resolution. And with this, your pride and power is mine.
Great. Why?
Do you really need to ask? Your life is worth more to him than the clan or its future. I'll leave it to you to guess why.
Damn it.
He betrayed your wishes, though, didn't he? Delightfully ironic, isn't it? He put his own conscience before you or the clan. And that's not what a hero does. A hero has to sacrifice everything holding them back. Fate doesn't fall into your lap for free. Get too greedy, and you'll lose it all anyhow.
Young Master!
What do you mean, lose it all anyhow?
Shall I demonstrate?
Ah!
Drock! No! No! Oh! Please. I've already lost my companions. Our late master. No more. Don't leave me here alone.
Great.
He's been engulfed by my power. Nervous sorrow. The first stage of infection is resonance. People near me link to my sorrow sympathetically. I use that to give them the isolation I suffered. Definitive separation from anyone who gave them meaning.
Then...
I've been noticing fewer and fewer people out walking around, and shops along the streets have been closing. Everyone's shutting themselves in at home, refusing to leave. I heard rumors that some of them haven't been seen in days.
You mean, even the shut-in cases were you?
Me indeed. Emotions truly are a powerful motivator. Especially when sorrow hits them suddenly. The thoughts are so overwhelming their bodies simply shut down. They desperately seek solace in the warmth of memories, losing consciousness of their physical skills. And then, this is the fun part. The sorrow eats at people's identities until their pain reaches levels capable of synchronizing with mine. And once it does, I can absorb them. It was heartbreaking hearing Greats cry, wasn't it? You wanted the suffering to end, and you didn't care how. I should thank you for all the power you're giving me. Oh, I almost forgot. Before you succumb, let me have a taste of your seer stone. I'm slightly disappointed. It's not as hot as you chalked it up to be. There was a little bite to it, if I'm being generous, but nothing the power Nerva gave me can't quash. Hardly worth trading for, seeing as I've got plenty of mana already. Your face certainly adds to the value, though. The lurch of despair was lovely. Other people's misfortune tastes so sweet.
Sorry, Alizard. I'm counting on you.
Farewell, Drock. That's 3 of Velsar's heroes down. Soon there will be no one left in this world but its remaining hero. The last vampire. I'll free you from your anguish and stand champion over all. The true hero of Velsar.
I believe that catches us up to the present circumstances. With the losses of Sekka, Kagero, and Drock, their respective clans lost hope. Your sorrow engulfed them, and now the world is empty, but for you and I. Even hearing your deeds, allow me to reiterate, Maisha LaForge, you are no replacement for Velsar's heroes. They have already saved this world, whether you recognize it or not.
I'm feeling gracious, so you're welcome to deny my victory if that brings you some bleak hope. But reality's waiting for you at the bottom of the glass. You can't cross worlds, so your only options are solitude or surrender.
I dare say I have my hands full enough with this world's iterations. I do not particularly wish to cross into another.
Is that not proof enough of the difference in scale? Nerva isn't complacent with settling for a handful of worlds. No, she aims for what lies beyond. And this time, I will help her reach it. The godless land of night will fall to sorrow and become a lifeless void. A sacrifice to bolster Nerva's command.
Command of what, exactly? There will be no one left to control.
You don't understand how many worlds there are. It's an honor that she picked a scrap like this from the slough. Weep tears of gratitude, for she has allowed a blood-sucking beast like you the redemption of sacrifice.
You are devout, if nothing else. To infect and absorb Velsar's residents one by one. Your patience is staggering.
I learned from experience. Get too hasty, and all the time spent preparing is wasted. Moreover, the strength of a team is not necessarily the sum of its parts. Velsar, in particular, is a tangled mess of fates, and I didn't want any unwelcome surprises. I made sure to unravel the knot one thread at a time, and clip them away. And what would you know? It's far easier picking off lonely souls than it is fighting a united force. I'll admit, I didn't understand the power in partnerships before. But the experience showed me just how valuable my bond with Nerva is. I'll have her with me, while everyone else suffers alone.
Now that is an intriguing claim. You mean to say that you and the Keeper are partners, fighting side by side?
Don't be ridiculous. Nerva and me, side by side? Absolutely not. What do you take her for? Some measly goddess? She exists in a realm beyond divines and their petty prayer contracts. We, mortals, cannot so much as imagine how far from reach she is. Nerva knows no match.
In other words, you are woefully and definitively separated from the source of your power. A partnership would necessitate mutual understanding, which a mortal lifespan cannot scratch the surface of.
Exactly! Human as I am, I have no place at her side. Even as a vessel, my body can only store the smallest fraction of her might. Wouldn't you think she deserves far more than that?
Is that why you serve her? To my eyes, you are indeed human, but you are no mere puppet of your Keeper. I sense a conscious desire behind your words.
Oh yes, I've got my motives. I'll obey my orders to the letter, of course, but there's also something I'm working on of my own will.
Transcendence. You wish to become a Keeper yourself.
I'm not quite that naive. I'll never be a true Keeper. I was produced and developed as a human, and I'm not particularly interested in keeping worlds. I'm fine being a shoddy replica. I just want the power to reach Nerva and stand beside her. I'm willing to sacrifice anything, any part of myself. Because the day she chose me, I knew. I have to tell her something in person. I'll be her hero, and I'll purge any obstacles in my path.
Her hero. That explains everything. You really weren't confusing it for a champion. You draw strength from the will to save. Visions of her happiness steel your resolve.
I recognize that I'm a rather pitiful excuse for a knight, but I can try.
An inspiring tale. At least, the way you spin it. However, I still cannot call you a hero. You have destroyed more happiness than ever you could salvage.
We'll have to agree to disagree then. I quite like cleaning. It can be tedious, but worlds feel so much fresher without the clutter.
Your glass.
Empty. Seems we both finished our drinks. It was a good attempt, Alusard. Oh, I heard about Velsar's bloodshots. They're notoriously strong, thanks to the kick of mana that quality blood gives. The spirit would usually bring anyone to their knees, but, perhaps it wasn't stored properly.
What did you... Is this... poison?
I warned you. I'm not letting you rely on other people's power. I've been visiting the tavern to contaminate your bloodshot reserves with my own mana. A restaurant really ought to check what it's serving people. I'm appalled. And I won't let you complain either. You tried to spike my drink with your blood, too.
Tried?
Oh, you're quite right, in that I drank it. I didn't ingest it, though. I teleported it away the second I tasted iron.
You deceived me.
That's it? I'd like you to appreciate how much time I put into researching Velsar's vampires. It wasn't easy, asking so many people through their tears. I did learn what I needed, though. Your kin draw power from blood, but were primarily feared for their ability to subject others. A sip of your blood, and I would have been a thrall. I don't suppose you have a backup plan, do you?
You had a head start. You had begun spreading sorrow long before I noticed you'd arrived. It is the same as when we struggled with the Lord of Darkness. He had already had so much time to prepare. Normal means could not fill the gap.
So, you decided to play a dirty trick on me. You bided your time while society crumbled around you, all for a last-ditch effort that failed. Ooh, it's the perfect end for the vampire's lone survivor. But your loving vengeance doesn't taste so sweet now, does it? You're used to failure by now, surely. The world must have gotten tired of giving you chances. All the signs were there. The fact that I didn't try to absorb your power should have at least tipped you off.
I can still fight. One more chance is all I need.
Well, the game's already ended. We finished our drinks. And now we bid our goodbyes.
No, this isn't over yet. The world belongs to its inhabitants. No matter its past or present hardships, Velsar's people can still choose its future. I swear, I'll defend their decision.
You're a little late for that, aren't you? Spare us the speech.
It grieves me that we could not prevent the tragedies that befell this land. I know all too well the depths of despair. If I can save even but one survivor from it, I will endeavor to spread hope's light.
You two are
Allies in the fight against Keepers. We bring the experiences of distant worlds in hopes of protecting yours.
a miracle in the world's darkest hour. Drak, you were right. Luck hasn't left us.
It's not polite to point your weapon at people. That thing is made for monsters.
Believe me, I'd rather be fighting a monster too. Maisha LaForge, Scourge of Isunia, your cruelty is far greater than any beast or dragon.
Before you go jumping to any conclusions, I'm the one fighting to restore peace. This land was plagued by terrific monsters, and that vampire you spared is their champion. He's nearly ruined every...
Enough! I'm not that gullible. If his foe is mine, my spear is his.
What if I've changed my ways? Maybe I'm telling the truth.
Your poker face isn't as good as you think it is.
Maybe I'd be more comfortable to talk if you weren't glaring at me.
Nice try, but I'm keeping my eyes on you. Last we met, you had to rely on the power within Asunia's swords. If you can accomplish this much destruction alone now, I can't afford to let down my guard.
Yes, I'm glad you noticed. I worked very hard to accumulate this power. I was so weak when I arrived, I would have struggled to take down Guido. But I persevered. The other 3 vessels of emotion far outclassed me, and I couldn't have that. I won't ever let Nerva down again. You have some explaining to do yourself. You weren't anywhere near so powerful when we met in Asunia.
After that, I faced a struggle that spanned worlds. I made invaluable bonds and learned to accept my gravest failures. I stand before you a changed man. As commander of the Alistair Dragonbane expedition, I will enact justice swiftly and surely.
What am I to do? This wasn't in my plans. Not 1, but 2 more heroes to absorb? What a treat! With such world-class strength, my epic is sure to grow longer yet.
Is that all a hero is to you? A title for the strongest? You have lied, manipulated, tormented, and killed. You are no hero.
Not the semantics again. I'm not reiterating the whole debate. Whoever lives to tell the tale gets to decide how it's told. We may not agree on what a hero is, but we all know what a hero isn't. No matter the world or age, or the accomplishments made along the way. The losers are never heroes. They don't get a medal for trying. No, they're expended and forgotten. Heroes are remembered because they're big enough for the world to see. Their voices are heard. If I fall here, that's it. My dreams end. So, I'll do the felling. Because you're either a hero on top, or a nobody underfoot.
No, it's not that black and white. A true hero is one who saves others. And I've seen many a hero give their lives in service.
You're wrong. Share my sorrow. Suffer in resonance. What?
This warm breeze. Is this...
What did you do? It would take divine power to deflect my vessel abilities.
divine power from a true hero? Thank you, Arisa. No matter the distance between us, we stand as one.
Oh, I see now. You snuck a divine artifact. Picked it up on your travels, did you?
It was a gift from a companion, to commemorate the bonds you scorn.
You have done more than enough, Eris. I shall rejoin the fight.
You mustn't. Your injuries need rest. Arisa's charm offers you the Tree of Life's divine protection, yes, but I've only just neutralized the mana poisoning. Unfortunately, my healing light appears to have a negative effect on beings of the night such as yourself. I cannot mend your wounds or recover your stamina.
You have spared my life. If it's any assurance, vampires are known for resilience. Whether the same can be said of me, I know not. But I will fight.
I urge you to reconsider. You aren't fit for combat, and there's the risk Maisha would absorb your power, hindering Rowan. If you insist upon fighting, then you will have to fight your way through me. I cannot allow any more of this world's people to fall prey to Maisha.
I am most grateful for your concern, but please trust me when I say it is unfounded.
Unfounded?
I cannot elaborate, but there is a reason I must go. I can save them. I beseech your aid. As it stands, that man, Rowan, he will not last. His honor will be his downfall.
I surrender.
You... Wait. You surrender?
What else can I do? You're stronger and better equipped. Go on then. Take my life. That is, if you're willing to damn this poor world. If I die, all the people I absorbed go with me.
Huh?
I got this power from Minerva herself. Did you think you'd break the vessel and everyone would come pouring out? I'll not bore you with the details. The bottom line is, if you kill me, you kill innocents without number. Oh, but you can't leave me alive, or I'll purge even more worlds. No one will blame you for destroying little old Velsar to save the others, right?
No. No, I...
Huh. I'm a liar, though, aren't I? Surely, I'm just bluffing. Poor thing. You can't tell, so you have no choice but to take the bluff as truth.
Aisha?
I'll help you think it through then. What would a hero do? Kill a handful now, or let millions die later? That's why I don't really like your definition of a hero. It's too naive.
Quite the interesting conversation. Might we join you? I would like a say in the fate of my home.
The weak don't enforce opinions, so I'm afraid you don't get one. This isn't a 3-on-1 fight. It's 3 on goodness knows how many people. Well, Alusard? What'll it be? Give up or doom your countless peers?
Could you repeat that?
Repeat what, exactly?
I am not sure I heard you correctly, so I am asking you to repeat your previous statement.
Yes. Stall as long as you like. As you heard perfectly well, if I die, I take countless lives down with...
Ah, that is plenty, thank you. I am glad to have cleared that up. You are unaware of how many lives you have absorbed.
Why would... My chest... It burns. It burns! Explain yourself, vampire! Now!
Me? I have done nothing. And, to be fair, I already warned you twice. If you had cared to listen. I will say this but once more. You are nothing more than an invader. Velsar's true heroes have already saved this world, whether you realize it or not. I must give credit to our visiting heroes as well. Thanks to your efforts stalling and weakening her, Velsar is ready to stage its revival. There is a phrase for situations like this. Or so a certain specter told me. We'll get everything back!
And I sunk deeper into sorrow. Into the realization that separation is inevitable. And there's no trickery or loopholes to change that. We're all so different. Who we are, what we are, when we were born, where we'll die. We could travel all the roads we wanted, and maybe we'd find happiness along the way. But our paths would always split in the end. No matter what we do, we all die alone. So what's the point? What's the point of all the happy illusions?
And I sunk deeper into sorrow. Into the realization that separation is inevitable. That the threat of misfortune is ever present. Life is lost in an instant. Peace is shattered in a strike. The blade to end it all could be concealed behind any corner. I could be that blade. It would not be the first time I carved a grave in the gravel. I am terrified of freeing the killer inside me. Perhaps it is for the best that he lies cold in his sheath.
And I sunk deeper into sorrow. Into the realization that separation is inevitable. We all burn out one day, and there's not a damn thing I can do. The lives around you flicker away, and you're left in the dark with nothing but cold ashes. The warmth and passion they had, gone. The dust fills your lungs with every breath. Words won't come out. Alcohol won't go down. But the ashes keep piling higher. It's like I'm being buried alive. I can't fly. I can't go on. The losses hurt. They hurt too much. I'd rather have nothing.
I'd rather have no one. I don't want to lose anymore.
I've heard enough.
I've heard enough.
I've heard enough!
Where is your poise? The nine-tailed fox once commanded respect. Sekka, if you would tarnish the title I wore, I shall rescind it.
Mom? But why are you here?
You cannot tell. You'd lose sight of your own tails if they weren't attached to you. You accepted this power. I cannot believe you drank that man's mana, and without so much as a thought.
That man? Mana?
A fruit cocktail, blended with various juices, and a spark of tonic water. And my best wishes for your endeavors to come.
Wait, you mean...
Yes, I mean the vampire. To treat the nine-tailed fox like a common familiar. I have never suffered such insult.
familiar?
His blood came with commands. 1. Should sorrow plague your host, you must wake and shield her heart. 2. Heed my call. That wretched bat. The vampires always were overbearing.
Heed my call. How long does he expect me to idle? I don't recall him offering me a seat or drink. Kagero, my blade is so thirsty for action. Can't we pass the time as we once did? How weak. Has your blade gone dull? The whole world's forgotten how to fight without me to whet their blades upon.
Tsukikage, your steel is tempered by past incarnations. You remember, do you not?
Naturally. My steel is yours. Your past is mine. Our souls inhabit the same sword. No hand shall steal my blade from its sheath. Not even the titanic hand of fate. I am bound to you, destined for you, trapped by you, and I will not allow you to feign ignorance.
We share our path, even through the fires of hell.
Yes, took you long enough. Now, let's dance! But your steps have no art. You fumble that blade without a hint of enthusiasm. You'll make me lose mine.
Tsukikage.
Where is your conviction? You once shattered blade and bone with the force of a mere step. And now, one little swing has you staggering backwards. Is that the path of which you boast?
I have no words.
I don't need them. Your footwork says it all. You're scared. More than ever you were before. The new world is so perfectly pristine, you hesitate to touch it lest it comes crashing down like shattered glass. You worry and worry that your strength will betray you. And I am getting tired of it.
You are?
Have you forgotten that you bested me? You hold our blade, so it can't spill a drop of blood without your grace. And believe me, if there was even the smallest lapse in your resolve, I would have taken back control by now! It's that stubborn look in your eyes. That's the Kagero I want to break. But for now, I'll yield. It seems you've bested me yet again. I'll be training, so consider the body yours until our next duel, and you'd better not get us killed. I will walk this world again.
What was that for? Look, I don't know why your spirit's sticking around in the seer stone, but if you don't chill, I'll smash it and put you back to rest.
Ha! I'd like to see you try, foolish wastrel of a boy. My mana lingers yet within the stone, allowing me to see glimpses of the world through you, my flesh and blood. Ah! And what an embarrassment you have been! You drink and flirt while your duties pile up on grates. You fly from all your responsibilities and training. But a leader must be grounded. The Seer Stone carries the weight of generations. It will not be taken lightly by a brat like you!
Ah! Spare me the sermon. That's all anyone ever does. Complain, complain, complain! It's not like I asked for this!
Yes, I've lectured you enough. With respect for the time Alizard gave me, I will cut to the chase.
What?
Drak, I am sorry. The sickness took me long before you were ready to pull the clan's weight. Greats told me about your dream, you know. To turn the sky blue. It was that day I chose you as my heir. Greats and I were the type to keep the clan under control. But you, my boy, you sought to raise the Dragonoots to greater heights. I knew of but one way to achieve such a goal, and that was to topple the Lord of Darkness. I wanted you to be strong enough to wield the Seer Stone. Ah, ha! I was a failure, as clan master and as family. If only I had told you before I went.
Yeah, if. How come nothing ever goes right? I'm so tired of it all. Of all the burnt-up regrets.
As am I, Drak. And that is precisely why you must fly. No success is earned without failures. The dearest relationships expire at the end of the wick. the ashes pile up. But there are embers in the coals. Hope.
Hope. In the embers.
The spark to rekindle the forge. But you must fan the flames and beat your wings harder. For you will be the one to shoulder the fallen and carry us higher. So get it through your thick skull. If you're lonely without your million friends, then get back out there and save them. Show them your sky. I should have taught you that when I had the chance, but I hope you've learned your lesson now.
It's not fair. I thought you were gone forever, and you just show up out of nowhere to... Damn it, Pops! Why does the fire feel so warm?
It seems the time has come.
Mom? What is this?
The vampire's call. Now, off you go. He finally had the decency to make good on his word.
But if I go, what'll happen to you?
Me? A nine-tailed fox needn't think of anyone but herself. I will remain here with the other two spirits, and clear my last obligation to the vampire. After that, we'll see. Perhaps he'll banish my soul when he's done with it. That's what I would do. Then, you would become the only nine-tailed fox in Velsar. I suppose I should teach you what your legacy's worth, so you don't soil it. We are a being of exceptional power. Greater than any other yokai. Unrivaled by Velsar's other clans. Ninetails was born a beast like any other, but long she lived. Over her years, she collected mana from countless battles and became a force of legend. That power is unique, and it can only belong to one. Know your glory. Forget not others' envy. You must command strength and ensure you are not separated from your tails, lest... Did I give you leave to touch my tails? And to let go of my hand?
Sorry, but you can't tell me what to do.
Sekka.
I'm the nine-tailed fox now, so I get to decide. You wanna know what I'm gonna do with the tails? If I've got more power than anyone, then I've got enough to share. I'll be the spark to bring warmth to all of Velsar, everyone, even the people who tried to hurt me before.
What a farce. They'll devour you whole.
They can try, but I'm not giving up.
Yes, I can see it in your eyes. You're a terrible liar, and I know all too well where you get it from.
I'll go help Elazar then. And next time, I'll be the one calling you back to me.
Farewell, and good riddance. Think what you like, but I will never lend my aid to you.
You're a terrible liar, aren't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure you don't. See ya, Mom. Mom, you know what? Next time we meet, I'll give you a name, just like you gave me mine. The nine-tailed fox is kinda long for a name, isn't it? I'll come up with something beautiful and strong. And I'll teach you all about the new Velsar too, so... until then...
That spoiled kit! Treating me like a child. I don't need a name. I don't need it, I don't want it, and I'm definitely not hanging around this world to get it. Sekka.
A voice rang through the dark, relighting the fire in my heart.
We'll get everything back!
I called out to him. And beside me, I heard two other voices. It's kind of funny and kind of reassuring how we all had the exact same thought.
Elzard,
let me help!
No! No! How? They were absorbed by sorrow. They shouldn't have the energy to break free.
It is quite simple. I played the longer game. I caught on to your dark influence quite early, and had ample time to formulate a plan. To your credit, you were correct to assume I would use vampiric blood to control you. However, you failed to realize what exactly I had spiked, even after you consumed them.
You don't mean to say you...
I gave blood to my companions, unbeknownst even to them, for fear you would realize. And you did not. Now, I have hold over you. Unlike poison, I choose if and when my blood affects you. I can let it sleep, innocuous, or I can tug the mana in your veins to command your limbs. Moreover, the blood affects not only you, but also the spirits tied to my companions. It gives them power, which they are now using to weaken you. And finally, our otherworldly allies whittled you down and bought the turns I needed to move each of my pieces to their place. At last, this is check. How I hope never to play strategist with you again. Every waking moment, my mind is raced with details, liabilities, guilt. I have not slept in days.
But I can't lose. I can't lose the sorrow I worked so hard to collect. The power to be a hero. It can't just fade. Not like this.
Maisha LaForge. The signs were there all along. But your own greed blinded you. Just goes to show. Everything is best in moderation.
Don't talk like this is over. You haven't won yet. So you're freed a few souls. Fine. I still have Nerva's power and all the rest of Velsar. I still far outmatch you.
Emotions are transient as flakes of snow, vibrant as sparks, blossoming flames from coal.
What?
A new verse for a 10th power. Foxfire! Tono! All that sorrow must be bitter. Wash it down with a cool, sweet illusion. My treat.
A mirage? You conniving.
If I may, I'm not one for pranks, so I offer my challenge directly. This sheath is paired with a deadly blade, though I wish not to wield him in vain.
That's lovely, dear, really. Though I'm afraid I'm not impressed.
Battle is an art of drawn blade and mastered strokes. You cannot deceive me, for I see the whole picture. The distant moon watches all, behind the veil of hazy light. The defensive sheath and offensive blade paired. This is but our first step, so I will not call it our ultimate technique. I will call it Kagetsuki, Art of Refraction.
You are testing my patience.
Hey, let me grab her for a sec.
Let go!
I let you drag me all around Velsar. So it's my turn now.
If you think dropping me will accomplish anything, do remember I can teleport.
Ah, I brought you all the way up here so we can have some fun. We're gonna put a sun in the sky.
It burns!
Damn right. Now take a good look down at the world you tried to wreck. There's only so much firepower I can bring down there. But up here, the sky's all ours.
Stop! Put me down! No! No!
Hey, Pops! If you're still in the Seer Stone, let's fly together one last time. We're taking her down with everything the Dragonoots have got!
And that, Invader, is checkmate. I can tell. The power of my blood nullifies the power you absorbed from the rest of Velsar.
We've got a ward, so please stay right where you are. Now that we've weakened you, Alucard should have enough control to release the other souls. The rest is in your hands, Alucard.
Thank you. You two truly are the saviors of our world.
I feel sick. Your whole grand strategy was to rely on luck and miracles. So why did it work? My will, my dream, everything I worked so hard for. Meaningless. All because of a thoughtless gamble.
A gamble to you, perhaps. But to me, I would call it trust. I lived through countless lifetimes of darkness that I could not escape alone. But in the end, I learned that there is always hope, even if one cannot see it at the time. Because I have seen that in infinite lives lie infinite possibilities. Somewhere, someone has the power I need. What shame is there in that? They are my miracles. I believed in them. There is a word for people like that. Heroes. A hero is not something you call yourself. It is something you call the people who lent you strength, light, hope.
I couldn't have said it better myself. You have a noble heart, Alucard.
A hero isn't something you can become yourself. Huh. How is that fair? Why is nothing ever fair? The world takes the one thing I ever asked for and gives it to someone else? When do I get to be happy? Oh.
How?
The whole universe bends over backwards to save everyone else, but no one's ever saved me. No one but Lava.
Everyone, get down! Ah!
Is everyone all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. That guy blocked most of the hit.
Rowan, that was far too reckless.
She broke through your ward, so I had to do something.
The aura around her grows stronger. It seems she has another trick up her sleeve.
No, I don't think she's doing it on purpose. Look!
She's crying. Like a small child.
Ah, you said it. She's having a meltdown like a 3-year-old, kicking and screaming without a single damn thought.
I suspect she is feeling the effects of her keeper's power. She wields sorrow itself. The more we corner her, the more despair she has to fuel her.
What are we supposed to do then?
This is a perplexing turn of events. She commands far more energy than before.
The mana surrounding her's too powerful. We can't approach her like this. If she keeps going, she'll take even herself down with us.
No! No, I won't! I just need more time. She'll come for me. She will. Nerva! Please! Please!
Wait, she's running? Well, she's ahead? More time for us to regroup, I guess. That is, if we had people to regroup. She's gonna take everyone with her! Hey, Alizard, you're the brains. How do we get them back?
We cannot.
What do you mean, we cannot?
She is going to teleport to another dimension, Drak. Even if we could follow her and retrieve the people she has absorbed, getting back once the portal is closed is another matter entirely. I knew she would try to escape. That's why I put so much care into weakening her, so I could use my blood to bind her.
Great! Any backup plans?
She overrode my control, so that is no longer an option. Without any limits in place, she could reabsorb any of you, and we cannot reach her if she jumps.
But we can't just give up!
I never said we would. I refuse to live like that ever again. Sate my thirst. Blood arts!
Ugh. The blood on your hands. Is that...
Yes. I am going to hold out for one more miracle. But I am not going to sit and wait quietly. I would appreciate if you could give me a push.
Got your back, partner. So don't go dying on me.
Of course not. I have only the one life to live.
Yeah, you're getting it now. Go make the shot count!
The mana is oppressive, as expected, but my blood arts stabilize me. Listen well, Maisha, wielder of sorrow. I will not dispute that there is strength to be found in tragedy. Motivation to change. That is inherently neither good nor bad. If it is but one factor, there are far better inspirations. There is more to life than sadness. Your keeper demands you suffer for her favor, to the extent your life is now in peril. She is using you, Maisha, like an expendable tool. She does not love you back. So long as you obey Nerva, you will never find happiness. Do not go back to her.
Apologies, Alizard. It's just the way you say it. It sounds so silly. Nerva doesn't love me. I'll never be happy. Do you really think? Do you really, truly think I don't know that? I was a miserable tool, long before a Sunya or a Metzji. For all intents and purposes, my life ended when I purged my world. I threw away everything to wipe that slate clean. And then for the first time, I found a reason to live. I don't need anything else. My love is truer than some commodity to be traded. I'm not asking for rewards or reciprocation. I devote myself freely of my own will. Without her, I would have lived a life of nothing but misery. But that day never saved me from my sorrow, and I swore I would save her from hers.
I see. You are also just...
Never. I promise no matter how many times I fail, I'll get back up. I'll reach you someday. I am yours.
No. Mom. She took Mom.
Skikage. All the spirits of Velsar.
Oh, hell no! Pops! Pops!
They are not yet lost!
The power emanating from Aluzard. It's the same as Maisha's.
Her blood! He took some of her blood during the fight. That must give him some of her power, the ability to transcend dimensions.
Then, Velsar has hope yet.
The path forward is obvious. I shoulder the fate of Velsar and make the leap, blade at the ready. And yet, I must not.
Aluzard, why?
Because running at her with a sword will solve nothing. Looking her in the eye, exchanging words. At last, I understood. We cannot defeat Maisha, for we lack the means to truly, fully assuage her sorrow.
But what can reach the depth of her heart?
That is what I must find. The vessel's power gives me one shot at a miracle. My turn, firing fate's bullet. Go, my bats! Take my will unto the void, and call forth a hero. Someone to end this eternal night.
Now we wait for otherworldly aid, because we couldn't finish the job ourselves.
Just as we once entrusted our fate to a fortune-telling stranger, and like Revealed relied upon us.
I can't wait to see what kind of crazy stuff goes down this time. I mean, trying new stuff's what Velsar's all about. If we get stuck, we can just ask someone else, and then we can help them back.
Precisely. We all have the power to change someone else's loop, just as our Creator showed us. She taught us that fate was not yet set in stone, that in its uncountable iterations, there was chance. Watch us, Floas. This time, we will pay forward the chance you gave us and refine it into a miracle. We did our part. In a battle spanning worlds, Velsar fought distant foes alongside far-traveled allies. We carried the baton with all our strength to pass it forward to one who would cross our shared goal. We saved our world. Of that, I am certain. Because there is one truth, universal. The bonds we make, the connections we share, those are our salvation.
cruel twist of fate is this? This can't be real. You can't be here. Not you. Salvation has always been selective. My homeworld was littered with lives no one cared to see respected, let alone saved. It begs the question, why? What atrocities did they commit to be denied even so much as pity? My failing was simple. Circumstance of birth. Lord Lure liked to refer to itself as utopia. People knew no inconveniences or woes. People were happy. People lived their days in joy and bliss, surrounded by smiling peers. And the workers who suffered to make it happen were nothing more than surplus. Expendable cogs in the machine, beaten thin in production lines until we broke and someone pitched us in the incinerator chute. Because we weren't people. And that was that. Society had realized that universal happiness wasn't sustainable. So, they made a new system to cut their losses. A caste system, decided by place of birth. Anyone born in a hospital was a person. They'd come into the world with a picture-perfect family waiting to lovingly raise them. Anyone born in the gear works was a cog. No fuss or fanfare, they'd be tossed in the toolbox with all the others. And then, for the rest of their lives, cogs would assemble and package happiness, while people consumed it. To be honest, I struggle to think whether it's more apt to say I was born a cog or produced. I was produced in the Maisha district supply plant with a LaForge-class feminine frame. Hence, like 51,536 other units, I was a Maisha LaForge cog. And for years, that was the only life I knew. I didn't have the cognizance or leeway to question it. Until one day, another Maisha-made cog broached the topic.
But why? Why do we have to work and they don't? We're humans too! We were born like them and look like them and get hungry and tired and sore like them!
The little Maisha cried and cried until someone briskly came and carried her off. I never saw that girl again. The next day, her bookstore had already replaced her with another shelver. As I passed the shopfront, my mind returned to the question, mulling over an answer. Poor little Maisha. If only I could have told you what sets us apart from them. Our birth. The difference is just our birth. We are just like them in all other regards. But from our first breaths to our last, our fates are dictated by odds beyond our control. And I'm sorry to say your outburst changed nothing. You died in vain. But I at least will mourn you. As I turned on my way, something caught my eye in the alley by the back door. A picture book, faded and worn, the way well-loved toys always are. There was a tiny name scribbled inside the back cover. Maisha, as though to make the book hers. And for what? The district produced thousands of Maishas, none of whom were permitted to own property. The signature offered no identification. It signaled no ownership. So why? Why was I so transfixed upon it? Without a thought to the wiser, I took it back with me and gave it a read. It was your average hero story. A man gets superhuman powers, slays a monster, and makes all his dreams come true. From nobody to somebody, zero to hero, all in just 16 pages. There was a grand illustration for the finale. Everyone lived happily ever after. But when I turned the last page, there it was. Down in the corner of a blank end paper. Maisha, within the covers outside the story. I don't know how many times I reread that book. The epic adventure, the dead girl's name, the hero's colorful celebration, the lone word on an empty page. It was my greatest treasure, I think. Not the mass-printed book itself, but rather the concept of it. The ragged proof of Maisha's effect upon trite images of happiness, forgotten in an alley. Something about that spoke to me. It was reassuring in a way, to think something would remain.
This joke of yours is over.
They burned it. They found Maisha's book and burned it.
Have you lost your mind? What were you thinking? Unlawful possession of property is bad enough, but to write Maisha on it? Do you realize how many Maisha LaForge cogs there are? If news of this spreads, it'll stain all our reputations. What if they trash the whole lot? We are cogs, not people. They don't care about us, so we sure as hell don't need one of our own turning on us. Just die!
After that, a person grabbed me from behind and carried me away. They brought me to the incinerator chute, a gaping maw that swallowed garbage in a wavering haze of heat. I was pushed in, and so I fell with nothing left to do but think. I thought about the people going about their fanciful days without a single care for me. I thought about the worn faces of onlooking cogs, desensitized to it. I remembered a childhood promise with the Maisha who reported me, that we'd get out alive. I remembered the little bookshelf of Maisha I took care of, and reported myself. Those final moments of reflection gave me clarity. I found the reason for my meaningless life. For at last I understood what being expendable meant. It's something that no one considers worth saving. Something no one would miss if it was gone. That was the problem with me. They could get a new Maisha LaForge so easily. I wasn't remotely worth the risk. Of course, they threw me away. Oh, but that little bookshelver, she was different.
But why? Why do we have to work and they don't? We're humans too. We were born like them and look like them and get hungry and tired and sore like them.
I'm sorry. You shared your personality when everyone else hid theirs. You admitted confusion and sorrow, weeping in place of those who didn't dare. You remembered me after all our time apart. You saw all the injuries I'd collected, and lamented them even when I myself had stopped caring. That's why you spoke up. Because you were trying to stand up for me, weren't you? Just like the hero in your book. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Maisha. It was too little too late. She couldn't hear my tearful apologies. But even so, my first and last declaration was dedicated to her.
To all the self-proclaimed people up there, your filthy luxuries are built on our backs and you know it. You're heartless monsters, all of you! And one day may your trash heap's hellfire engulf you! One day, this world will burn.
An intriguing wish.
What?
You may have it. As my vessel, your undiluted sorrow will invoke the world's purgation. Now choose. Perish, or enforce the will you plead. Nerva, Keeper of Purgation, awaits your answer, human mortal.
It was like a dream. Too good to be true. But I didn't care. I wanted to be someone just like Maisha. I'll do it! I'll purge this world. So please, Nerva, make me a hero.
As you desire. Our deal is made. Maisha LaForge, wield your sorrowful will here for Purgation.
At that, my consciousness ended. When I regained awareness, the world was gone. No life remained, not even a hint of civilization's history. Just an open, empty slate. I did this? I can't believe it. I really won. The blank end paper after my world's finale was so satisfying. All the villains vanquished and all my woes gone. A cool breeze swept the quiet plain, and I relaxed, knowing there would never be a sequel to that tragedy. I won! I won! And now, I didn't really know what else to do. Without the world's backdrop outlining me, I felt shapeless.
Process complete.
Until I looked up and saw her.
The cast world Ladlur has been purged without resistance. However, distillation of passive negative emotion, sorrow, ended prematurely.
I don't...
Error was triggered by an acute drop in sorrow's strength, attributable to contamination by other emotional states. Vessel, explain yourself. Why do you exhibit readings of joy? Why do you experience devotion?
Oh, well... I suppose I was happy that out of the whole world, you found me and acknowledged me as human. And when your power flowed into me, it carried such strong feelings of
That is enough. While the resonance was stable enough to influence the mortal, it was not enough to replace the body's consciousness. The vessel must be punished for her insolent disregard of hierarchy. I rescind my power. Despair, mortal. Expendable tool. You serve no purpose. Sink back into the depths of endless sorrow.
When I next awoke, I was alone in the featureless husk of Lord Lure. Nerva had left and had taken her apocalyptic power with her. In the end, I was still expendable. I caused her a loss somehow, so I wasn't worth keeping. I was discarded in a purgatory of my own making. It was a roundabout way of telling me to die on my own time. But I didn't merit hers. And part of me was content to let the story end there and close the covers. But I remembered once more Maisha's place in the picture book. I'll keep fighting. Although Nerva had rescinded her power, I must have somehow clung to tiny fistfuls of Purgation's light. And I knew how I wanted to use it. That's why I exist. Nerva gave me salvation I never earned. So now, I'll repay her. In our resonance, I saw glimpses of a far greater end than the closure of Lord Lure's chapter. I also saw the sorrow I had resonated with. There was nothing I could do for her, even if I got the power to stand by her side. But that's no excuse. A hero wouldn't give up on saving her. I decided to make a stand and part from that hollowed-out world with theatric words. It's almost embarrassing to recall, now that I know how pointless it was. But at the time, well, we will meet again, Nerva. I promise. I had already destroyed one world. I had nothing to lose, and didn't care what I had to sacrifice. I threw all reason to the winds, and transcended humanity. With the last dregs of Nerva's power, I made my first leap into the unknown. I survived it, of course, but with the understanding I'd only had enough for a one-way trip. I stood in a stone-paved courtyard. The scent of water pervaded the air and the sky. The sky was just as blue as Lord Lure's had been when the buildings blocking it fell away. My mind reeled from the jump, but the sorrow I felt was more vivid than ever. I felt such pain in my heart. My dearest savior had bid me an eternal farewell, and I wasn't confident I could find her. The sun burned, as though judging me from on high. I was barely holding back tears.
Are you all right?
A voice startled me from my misery.
I'm with the Order of Bladewrights. I'd be glad to lend an ear to your troubles.
I know what I have to do, but I don't know where to begin. I'm looking for someone who can tell me. My eyes wouldn't focus on the man. I replied purely by reflex.
Who are you? Where'd you come from?
My name is Maisha LaForge. Where I came from escapes me.
Where are you going?
Nowhere.
Do you know anyone here?
Nobody.
Then why are you here?
I don't know. I thought he'd go on his way, but he stayed with me, asking questions. I turned my eyes and saw him properly, looking right back at me.
Do you want to go with me? To the Order of Bladewrights?
There was something in his voice, his expression. Cold, but warm. Sharp, but weak. like he was under the swings of a fever.
We're a guild of justice, one that protects the peace and the people of Isunia. If you'd like, we could put you up.
If I may wish for such a thing, I'd like that very much.
My first impression of Cetus Law was that of a terrific beast, a lion-like monster you'd find only in fairy tales. And it was quite clear he'd fallen for me on the spot. Poor thing. Made him very easy to use. My plan to find Nerva moved along swimmingly. First, I would prove my merit and valor. With the little power left to me, I would purge the world and become a hero all on my own. Just like in the picture book. I would do what no one else could. I'd defeat the people, the monsters of society. And then my liege would call for me once more to reward me with all my dreams come true. No one cares about the extras. I have to be the star, bright enough to be seen, loud enough to be heard. The stage itself was of no importance. The play was everything. I directed the people of Isunia to their land's greatest tragedy. All for a prayer. Because I would purge life and land. To be her hero.
If there's someone who has to take responsibility, it's me. As a member of the Order of Bladewrights, and as Cetus Law.
There were just two fatal flaws to my plan. First, that I was right about Cetus being sweet on me. And second, that I had sorely underestimated the extent of his feelings. Until our parting moments.
Cetus, are you crying?
I now stand before you as the Marshal of the Order of Bladewrights. There will be time for me to cry when the soil of Isunia welcomes me. You take my tears. Carry them with you, off to where you're dreaming now.
Cetus, good night.
Good night, Maisha. And dream in peace.
Oh, but my story didn't end there. I woke right back up and risked my life for Nerva again. How I longed to see her and lend her my power. For her, I didn't mind playing second fiddle to the Great Spider. And I would go back and finish his job myself if she asked. But a small part of me was relieved that she never sent me back to Isunia to finish mine.
It feels like so long since we parted.
So, why? Why? Why are you here?
I didn't honestly expect to be. But this can be no coincidence, nor is it fate. I am here for you, Maisha.
In this skyless, sunless place, well outside the covers of Isunia's tale, our stories reconverged.
My first jump through space felt like I was falling. I tumbled through a directionless void, unsure which way was what. It felt as though I was being pulled apart by the vast reaches. My body threatened to crumble under the pressure. To cross worlds is no small feat. Drowning in space, I remembered my boyhood. I fell into one of the canals, pawing and clawing at the current, to no avail. My heart sunk for fear I should never escape. This time, though, a much greater fear put me back on my feet. Think, Cetus, you cannot keep floundering like a child. You left Isunia with a purpose, with a goal you must achieve. I roared, tearing my timid, drifting mind back into focus. And then I saw... What? A crimson light twinkled in the void, cutting through the darkness like a shooting star. Is that a flock of bats? But why would there be bats in a place like this? My eyes followed the trail, and next I knew, my body was moving after it. Be it illusion or mirage, I knew not. But when I strained my ears, I could hear a voice. It sounds like someone is crying. I drifted closer, inch by inch. As I drew closer, the void gave way to somewhere half-material. My feet fell upon sheets of mist, tenuous and uncertain. And there, under the clouded veil, I found her. The bats had carried me to her, like a star carries a wish. They have my eternal gratitude.
Why are you here?
I didn't honestly expect to be. But this can be no coincidence, nor is it fate. I am here for you, Maisha.
Oh, you are you? Too bad I'm not in the mood for guests, Cetus. Shall I wager a guess as to why you've come? Your world was also visited by one of Nerva's vessels, and he ratted me out. Naturally, the Marshal of the Blade Rights can't have me running around. I'm the one who called Nerva the first time. So, now you're here to slay me for the greater good. Oh, what have you? I'm tired of it! Justice always sounds prettier than it really is. Huh. It rather suits you. You've always been just talk. Grand dreams and no substance. Right? Well, Cetus? Am I talking to myself? Fine. Wouldn't be the first time you were a disappointment, you pathetic excuse for a night. What point was there coming all this way? You can't kill me, and you know it. If you were going to make a show of the law, you could have at least brought the guild swords. Coward.
I have no words to counter you. I am a coward, and a poor marshal. Not just in my failure to stop you, but also as a leader since. But there is one thing I can say with certainty. I do not need the swords of truth or lies. I am not here to be a hero or fight for justice.
I beg your pardon?
All I wish is to end this tragedy. The wounds of my heart run deep yet, Maisha.
What utter nonsense. What are you really here for, Cetus?
Oh, if only I had the courage to voice these feelings plainly. I've never been one for words, have I? Eleanor and Nicola have teased me relentlessly. You yourself used to chide me for it. But I will endeavor nonetheless. Somehow, some way, I will convey my heart to you.
Your heart?
Not as a marshal or a knight, but as one clumsy man who has missed you dearly. Good morning, Maisha. You're here early.
I'm hoping to start strong as the new Undermarshal. I was thinking last night what I could do to help. I figured I'd zip over and tidy things up a bit before everyone got here. But I might ask what you're doing here so early. You look exhausted.
Ah, yes, I stayed the night. We had some trouble come up during the watch, and it was already late by the time I finished.
You didn't go home?
The gondolas don't run in the dark, and I had some reports to file anyhow. I got stuck thinking what to write, and next I knew it was morning. I wish I had your eloquence.
What? My eloquence? Oh, Cetus, do you really mean it? Me, eloquent?
Yes. You certainly have a way of making words yours.
I'm flattered. You know I've always been best at clerical work. Physical jobs, on the other hand. But not to worry. The drillmaster says I've improved leaps and bounds. A little more tenacity, and I'll be ready to take on the counter... The Counter Solari? Cetus! Cetus! There's an assassin!
Glad you're awake. How are you feeling?
What are you playing at?
Pardon the clumsy first aid. The doctors don't work that late, especially not for a counter-Solari assassin. I didn't know where else to bring you, so I patched you up myself. Why did you try to take on such a large force alone?
None of your business. Why did you heal me? The Guild's agreement gives you no such obligations.
Perhaps not, but though our affiliations conflict, I do not wish to see life lost. Formalities aside, I was afraid what would happen otherwise. I couldn't bear to leave you to your death. I am far too weak to shoulder something so cruel.
You're not getting coin or intel from me, if that's what you're after.
It is not. I stopped you from completing your mission, and that is enough for me. Now, I'd advise you to return to your guild hall. I can't imagine you enjoy the Blade Right's company, and the others will start arriving soon. If they see you, then what happens next is out of my hands. And I would rather not get Leod involved.
Cetus Law, I will remember this.
At last, I can get some sleep.
If I may ask, what was that about?
I don't know. I ran into her on my patrol last night, about to kill a target. That's the sole exception to our non-interference. The Blade Rights may intervene if we catch a counter-Solari assassin in the act. This time, it seems they were after a loan shark. He fled after she got his guards, and I fortunately was able to catch up. The rest is as you heard. She was severely injured, so I snuck her in here to treat her wounds.
And stayed around filing reports to keep an eye on her?
Yes, I wrote one about a run-in with the assassin who got away, and another about the loan shark. With the evidence Counter-Solari had, we should be able to apprehend him peacefully within the day. I'm sorry to drag you into this, Maisha, but I would greatly appreciate some help.
Not to worry, I'm happy to lend a hand. You keep things busy, yes, but I know by now you keep yourself the busiest of all. Though I will say, first me, and now the assassin? You're quite the ladies' man, aren't you?
Oh, Maisha, please. I just get so scared, worrying what could happen. I can't leave people on their own.
I'd call that stubborn, not scared. Cowardice is running from your problems. Denial is putting them off. But taking a stand? That's stubborn. Neither she nor I asked for help, but you stuck your nose in anyway. Not just anyone can pull that off, you know.
That doesn't sound like a compliment.
It doesn't. I suppose the interpretation's up to you, but I will say one more thing. You are a knight. So your determination to spare life, regardless of circumstance, it makes me wonder what could happen if duty compelled you otherwise. Given how painstakingly you avoid having to do the deed, it almost feels like it'd be an honor to die by your hand.
Again, that doesn't sound like a compliment. I know I really shouldn't have let the assassin go, but that's not to say...
And on that note, I'll go make you some breakfast. So you hurry and knock out your reports. Under Marshal's orders, you're getting fed whether you protest or not.
Thank you. I'm sorry for all the trouble. There's just something about you, Maisha. With someone as reliable as you at the helm, I'm certain our future will be bright. It was wishful thinking on my part. My life went on without her. The Order of Bladewrights has done better than ever before. Isunia was restored, and each day begins with the gentle shimmer of dew. No life deserves to be taken, but I must admit that no matter how monumental the losses, the world moves on. The people left get back up, stronger than before. And even so, I cannot help but wish.
Die! 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 Stop getting in my way! Stop ruining all my plans! If you really love me, then please just...
I had a feeling you could tell, but it's embarrassing to hear nonetheless. If I may, though. I am not so naive as the lovesick man you once knew.
Oh, excellent! Even you hate me now? I can't say I'm surprised then. It was never really me you loved, was it? No, you were so caught up in your own fantasies, you were blind to all the wicked deeds I did.
Yes, I realized as much myself.
Huh?
You committed atrocities untold. The aftermath still lingers, and the lives you took, they'll never return. I saw you for who you really are. But no matter how hard I tried, my feelings for you didn't change. I wanted to hate you. I had so many reasons to, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. As I repaired the damage you did, as I helped the people you robbed of homes and families, I asked myself 1,000 times, why? Why couldn't I get you out of my head? Why couldn't I call my love misplaced and move on?
It was misplaced. There you have it, straight from the source. Now accept you were wrong and give up on me. You were a pure fool without an idea of what love is. And I was a fraud, stringing you along to use you.
I know. At the time, I didn't understand my own heart.
Well, now you have your answer. Isn't that enough?
No. You see, Maisha, I was the one fooling myself all along.
What is that supposed to mean?
Stop, Maisha. What do you hope to get out of this?
You aren't surprised, are you? Seeing me like this?
I don't know your reasons, and I don't want to hear them, so that's enough!
Enough! Why, I can't say I think so. It was a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Cetus, but now it's time to say farewell.
As Isunia burned, I was scared to confront you. Not for my safety, but because a tiny part of me was terrified I'd see a monster in your skin. If there's someone who has to take responsibility, it's me. As a member of the Order of Bladerights, and as Cetus Law. I'm Cetus Law of the Order of Bladerights. I'll take you down, Rebel, and stand here as the new Guild Marshal. I wasn't sure I'd make the right decision. Would justice be your death, or redemption? My heart screamed to save you, but my mind, my responsibilities, they pushed me to take the easy way out.
Cetus. Good night.
Good night, Maisha. And dream in peace. Dream in peace. What a cowardly thing to say.
A little late to be saying that now, isn't it?
I want to do better.
Huh?
I want to hear your side of the story. What you're fighting for, and why things came to this. I'm not scared anymore. I want to know the real you. Maisha, how I have regretted what I did that day. For refusing to listen to myself or your struggles. I'm here because I want to save you. I don't care what the Marshal should do. I, Cetus Law, love you. And I want to see you smile again. No more fighting.
You idiot! Have you lost your mind?
Perhaps.
Do you realize the stakes here? I'm on the cusp of destroying a world.
I'm not here to save it. I'm here for you, Maisha. Just you.
And you think I'm going to lay down my weapon for some cheap flattery?
Ideally.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you then. I've never had the heart people do.
That's not true. Though you have committed unspeakable crimes, you are not heartless. It wasn't all a lie. The days we shared are proof of that. I saw genuine smiles. You upheld justice as a Bladeright too.
No.
What does it mean to be a bad person? Can a criminal have no redeeming qualities? Does it negate all the good they've done? It would make justice so much easier, but people are never that simple.
Cetus, stop!
Maisha, do you remember when you were appointed Under-Marshal? We all went to the tavern to celebrate. The others started showing off party tricks and called you over to help. And then you blew us all away with the most sincere, passionate performance.
Cetus! Just leave me alone. Please. I don't need happiness or companionship. I really don't. I couldn't possibly accept it all. Not when Nerva, my savior, has nothing. Where is the fairness in that? No one treats her like a person. No one else has ever tried to save her from the rubble or give her a happy new life. No matter how tempting it all is, I can't accept it, Cetus. A hero must fight on, no matter what they must sacrifice.
What is this wave of emotion?
Sorrow. Sorrow is what connects me with Nerva. I'll kill you, and the regret will bring me that much closer to her. So despair. Choke on your sobs, knowing you failed Isunia, and that your power will be used to save your greatest foe.
If nothing else, I'm glad to know you would regret killing me.
Why? Why didn't the resonance work? You left behind everything for love, and it still wasn't enough to reach me. You should be on your knees grieving, mourning your miserable fate. Or else, I can't... I can't move on, Cetus!
You are my joy, Maisha. There can be no greater sorrow than what I felt when I struck you down in Isunia. I was haunted day and night by the thought I had killed the love of my life. But you are here. It's like a miracle to speak with you again. Just seeing you has dried my tears. I will not deny your love for Nerva. All you want is to make her happy and tell her how much she's meant to you. I understand. I understand so well. And that is why I intervene. Because I feel that way for you. I want you to be happy. I can't watch as Nerva uses your gratitude to manipulate you without any intention of returning your feelings. I don't care if she's an all-powerful deity. I love you more. I love you more than anyone. So please, accept my feelings.
Why are you so stubborn, Cetus? Don't look at me. Just listen.
Yes.
I was just an expendable tool to all of them. And my whole world, they used me until I broke. And then they threw me away. And that's when Nerva found me. But when she was done with me, she threw me away too. I wanted to show her that I was still useful. I tried to follow, but I landed in Isunia. And then you found me. There were so many times I wanted to give up and start a new life. But I'd already made up my mind. I had to pay Nerva back. And for what? I could have stopped at any point and she wouldn't have known or cared. But I didn't. Maybe I wasn't born a person.
But I'm the one who made myself a monster. If I ever had the right to a happy ending, I relinquished it myself with the unforgivable things I've done. I don't deserve to be saved.
I am no judge, Maisha. I will stay by your side forever. I will bear your sins with you through life's journey, through smiles and tears. Together, we can search for the dawn, our place in the sun. And whether we find it or not, we'll meet our ends with the same dream in our hearts.
Cetus? Cetus, you're...
It seems the time limit on the spell that brought me here is approaching. I can feel Isunia tugging me back.
I suppose that saves me the trouble of getting rid of you myself.
But you're coming with me, aren't you?
Huh?
Take my hand, and I'll pull you home with me. I'm not leaving you behind. Be ready, though, to face the consequences of your actions. It will be a long journey, recovering the life you once rejected.
Now that power has left me, and the sorrow is gone. So, I wonder why I'm crying.
I see. Tears of sorrow are the only tears you know. But there's no harm in crying now. This warmth comes from tears of joy.
This light.
What a warm feeling. The souls Maisha took are returning.
That must mean she's broken free from Nerva's sorrow, an unbeatable power, conquerable only from within. Someone must have reached her. And I have a feeling I know who. A knight in shining armor with a lion's heart.
Mom's back! I can feel her power!
I too can sense Kikaki's blade return to his sheath.
You see that, Pops? You and Greats can't call me a deadbeat kid now.
It is finally over. I feel exhausted.
What do you mean, over? Aren't you forgetting something?
Am I?
Please, Seka. If you have noticed something amiss, do share.
Yeah, your senses are better than ours.
This isn't about senses, you idiots! Use your brains! We still have to explain everything!
Huh?
Don't give me that look! No one else knows what happened. They're probably scared out of their minds. This Velsar's always been peaceful, so they're not used to the entire world almost ending. We can't just leave them. They need support.
They do? From us, specifically.
The danger has passed. With time and reflection, so too will their worries.
Exactly! Get them a drink and some sleep, and they'll be fine.
I cannot believe you three. Just because you're a little strong doesn't mean that...
Seka?
No, it's just the dumb looks on your faces. It's good to have everyone back together.
That it is. Only in our trust for each other could we find Velsar's future. I'm glad to see you safe.
Cut it out, man. But I think I've got a good idea.
You?
Hey, I was just thinking, why don't we get everyone together for drinks? We can explain stuff and cheer people up. But first, I think the four of us deserve a little breather ourselves. You know, practice for the main event. Bats is gonna need a minute to figure out a complimentary cocktail menu, and someone's gotta taste test before we serve it to guests, right?
Hold on. You don't seriously expect me to cater for the entirety of Velsar, do you? And what exactly do you mean by complimentary?
I mean, you were all guilty about letting everyone get absorbed, right? And it'll be a good test run for our saloon. What's everyone else think?
I'm in. And Alizard, I want my drink extra sweet, but more mature than last time.
I'd like to try something with rice wine. I'm quite fond of the taste, but not so much the price.
There you have it, barkeep. Oh, and I'm fine with whatever, long as we can settle which of us can put it down better.
Whatever you say, Drock. As ridiculous as the plan sounds, you do have a way of keeping things lively. Shall we invite our world-hopping friends to the taste-testing party?
Course! Hey, you two! Come here, we're gonna go hit the bar. Everything's on us, and trust me, you've gotta try Alizard's cocktails before you go. They're gonna be world famous.
I now understand our place in peace. The blood and tears we shed are just as meaningful as the new world without them. They are all drops in the glass of life, flavors brought together as companions, however different their tastes may initially seem. Cheers. To your happiness, Maisha LaForge.
Well, ain't this as miraculous a day as the creation of all life? Miser and Selena, man and wife, congratulations.
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
I wish you all the happiness in the world.
Thanks, y'all. I just hope she don't regret this.
Something we agree on. This marriage is off to a grand start already.
Congratulations! Well, ain't this as miraculous a day as the creation of all life? Miser and Selena, man and wife, congratulations.
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
I wish you all the happiness in the world.
Lovely wedding. Shine your first go-around, though. What number do you suppose we're on now?
Thanks, y'all. I just hope she don't regret this.
Something we agree on. This marriage is off to a grand start already.
Cruel to test an old man's memory. Anyways, what does it matter? Not like adding figures will bring us closer to the end. Nexus is running the show now, with the exception of you and I. The fine folk of Reveil are clockwork dolls, turning in the same circle dance for all eternity.
endings. Show certainly is one way to describe it. No matter how many endings we orchestrate, the hourglass flips, the curtains rise again, and we return to the beginning. Can't put a Titan behind bars, so she traps us in time.
Well, ain't this as miraculous a day as the creation of all life?
A never-ending nightmare, courtesy of Nexus of Serenity. I'd feel more serene sleeping in a coffin.
Real chance of that coming to pass. Never imagined a Keeper could wield this much power. Nexus is only a tributary of Nerva, the river of death herself. But as you and I well know, this ship ain't sunk yet. We Titans can still burn the theater down.
Ah, yes. With the song of heaven and earth. Afraid our friends on the outside have yet to learn their parts. For now, we sit tight and wait for our cue.
You're awfully chipper for someone who knows how the song ends.
Only to make up for your sour disposition. What's got you so down, anyway? Any lower, and you'd have to look up at hell.
Our usual. Burdens of care. Never meant for you to get swept up in this.
Sugar, I am far past the age of needing Papa to look after me. I do believe you have turned soft since Icy fell. Makes the thought of lodging a bullet in your bleeding heart quite enticing.
Well, I could say the same of you.
Miser and Selena, man and wife. Congratulations.
Maybe I haven't turned soft so much as returned to a simpler version of myself. Everything was clearer back then. Back before I killed a man to become a Titan.
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
I wish you all the happiness in the world.
Reveal, where the landscape was monotonous and the denizens anything but. We get a Sirocco that sweeps from horizon to horizon. It withered all the kindness in the earth, and in some of the men, too. But not all of it. Reveal was a place where rats, angels, lawmen, mercenaries, and vagabonds crawled, even soared from moment to moment. Now, it's a place of nothing. No force. No order. No prosperity. Only the lonesome tune of the Sirocco. Nexus of Serenity hangs as a shadow in the sky, curled into herself like a child lost in a dream. Sometimes I wonder if I ain't still wandering in a dreamscape. If dread hadn't crept into my mind like a disease and filled it with images of the townsfolk leaving, and the Titans disappearing. You know, when faced with the possibility of failing the task ahead, madness don't seem so bad. But I gave my word, and in a world where reality holds no more weight than a song on the wind, words are all that's left to cling on to. This is our story. It's time the people of Reveal reclaim their narrative. Timber!
Miser, thought I heard the luggage. What in blue blazes were you trying to do?
Sorry, Selena. I was rifling for something, and when I tried to reach for that carpet bag and back...
You brought all of creation down around your ears. What I get for letting the bull in the china shop.
I can be house-trained, I swear! I'll clean this right up. No distractions, no... Oh, Eureka!
Guessing you found what you were looking for?
You betcha. Never thought I'd be banging about with the pots and pans. Must have gotten mixed in during the rush.
Well, we got time now. What say the two of us roll up our sleeves and get to squaring things away?
And let the supper you made go cold? Not till a snowy June. I'll sort this mess out faster than you can say bon appetit.
Miser, all I want you to do is slow down. Don't worry about supper. I can always reheat it with Ignite.
Selena, you're so handy you could embroider a saddle for a hummingbird. If I tried to use Ignite to cook, we'd be eating ash and cinders.
Well, I've had a lot of practice lately.
Oh, that wouldn't be because work's been keeping me, would it?
Now, I'm not blaming you for anything. Even with our Shillandry gone, the town needs you. And I knew when I chose to marry you that your first priority is the people.
A half-baked lawman and an even doughier groom. I'm sorry I never found time for the ceremony. I really am.
Times are times. Anyway, I didn't much feel like getting married on the heels of disaster.
Nothing is as it should be. Ever since Nexus returned to Reveal and...
Dispatched our three strongest. Not, Vincent, and Ilgano. They went down fighting, though. Laid Nerva out like a doormat.
I just can't believe they're gone. The sheriff especially. Even for a Titan, he was always larger than life.
Do you regret not being there?
No, I would have been as much help to him as sand in his boots. No, I reckon I made the right choice.
Miser, I'll be getting in position to terminate Nexus. A Hellspawn, I leave to you. I hereby confer unto you the prerogative to commission other deputies, not that you need it. You're one of the heroes who took down our Shillandrig. Any one of our officers would follow you to death's door.
It's an honor, Sheriff. I'll keep the fine folk of Reveal safe come hell or high water. You just fix your mind on victory and returning home safe. Preferably in time to do the speech at our wedding.
I will be practicing my elocution. In the meantime, Deputy, protect our town.
When I told the Sheriff that I'd defend Reveal, the worry in his eyes cleared up, just a bit, but it was noticeable. My place is here, making sure our fighting men and women emerge from this nightmare with a home still standing. Well, that's today's mess cleared away. What say we go heat up that supper? Oh boy, I'm stuffed to the gills. Oh, the feasts of all the kings in all the worlds couldn't add up to one of your home-cooked meals, Selena.
Oh, please. Boiled leftovers is hardly a meal fit for a king.
It is when you're the one wielding the ladle. I sure am lucky to call you my bride.
Guess all this chatter means you're done eating. Hand me the silverware. I'll wash up.
No, let me.
Sit. You're half dead on your feet as is.
Yes'm.
How was town? Did you get a chance to patrol after seeing off the folks from church?
Sure did. Train was right on schedule, by the by. Imagine Abbas and the kids are traversing foreign soil about now. Didn't find no stragglers in town neither. We're all that's left. Oh, and I fixed the grocer's roof.
Dust on your clothes said as much. You are aware Nexus will be calling again, and you're just watering petunias before a wildfire?
Intention over results, Selena. When Granny Grocer's hip buckled, I promised I'd patch her leaky roof. And in a world like ours, if we break faith, what do we got left?
Inspiring. I'd shed a tear if you paid your debts.
What about my last payday? I got you your money and then some. Earned a hero's bonus for toppling our Shillendrig.
Good on you.
Of course, I also believe the sheriff was inclined to be generous on account of...
On account of?
The kids must been having the time of their lives. Been trying to crawl onto trains since the moment they left the cradle.
Miser, that segue was about as natural as a silk hat on a hog. But yes, I'm sure they're over the moon. Now that our Shillendrig is gone, the economy's shifted. Train tickets still ain't cheap, but at least they stopped costing an arm and a leg. I suppose rail travel will be as common as cornbread before the kids are much older.
And by the time they're grown, Reveille will be a new town. Engines on every street, and old men grousing about the good old days when folks still used to wear the leather off their soles.
Kind of bittersweet, ain't it? Imagining the kids grown and flown.
What sort of adults do you reckon they'll become?
With the world this topsy-turvy, I couldn't even tell you what we're having for breakfast tomorrow. Though, if memory serves me right, one of them did say something about joining law.
Well, expect they'll be working under me then.
Keep patching roofs during patrol and, you'll be working under her.
Ouch. Can't argue with that.
You know, there was a time not too long ago when I wondered if there'd be more deputies turned handyman. Crime was at an all-time low, and optimism at an all-time high. That was before Nexus came along.
We were so close, weren't we? Things were just starting to come together. Almost like the gods built us up to knock us down again.
Oh, right. The gods.
Come to think of it, I haven't heard your catchphrase lately. There ain't nothing up above?
Yeah, well, I suppose I haven't given much thought to the gods lately. What I mean to say is, I've stopped caring whether or not they exist.
Spoken like a true sister of the faith.
It's your fault, you know.
Mine?
I wanted to be your god, Miser. I wanted to grow so large I could bear your sins on one hand and forgiveness in the other. But then you took me in your arms and you made me feel not small, but protected, loved. The thing about gods is you can never love them the way they love you. But you returned my love in kind. You turned me from a god to a woman.
I never wanted you to be more than what you already are.
That's just what I'm talking about. When I'm with you, I feel like I'm perfect. Love the here and now enough, and you stop being concerned with the hereafter.
You've grown, but in many ways, you still haven't changed.
And what about you? Still seeking grace in the clouds?
I don't know if there's any grace to be had from above. All I know is I don't need it no more. From here on out, I'll be building paradise with my own two hands, right here in Reveille. You can lean on me, Selena. I'm strong enough. And if anything, knowing what you've been through has made me stronger. I'm not going to buckle under the weight of my own sins when I think about the load you've carried. It's my turn to protect you now. I made you a promise. I vowed to keep you safe. No more waiting to be saved. Any doubts or fears from here on out, we'll face together.
You've grown too, Miser.
Oh, well, I'm not so sure about that. There's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. You might find it silly, but Selena, you've got more admirers than a pear orchard has yellow jackets.
What? Where's this coming from all of a sudden? I bet you couldn't even name one.
There's several fellers at the station, and half a Reveille. Remember that tall drink of iced tea from town? Likely never lacked for a dancing partner.
Sounds like you were paying more notice to him than he was to me.
This ain't no joking matter.
Ain't it?
You must reckon I'm exaggerating.
You always are.
But you're my bride. Can you blame me for being overprotective?
No, I suppose I can. But just worrying will get you nowhere.
I know. Folks are always saying I gotta start walking belt buckle first. And here's hoping this is a step in the right direction.
A ring?
A belated engagement ring, to be exact. Figured the wedding ring should wait until we can choose them together. But I wanted something on your finger to
fend off the yellow jackets?
To fend off the yellow jackets.
Guess I better thank my admirers then.
I meant to get you a ring forever ago, honest. That's why the sheriff was so generous with my bonus. But you know how work's been. The Nexus had to roll in and rain on our wedding, and in the hubbub,
You lost the ring.
Maybe.
Banging about with the pots and pans, was it?
Sorry.
Apology not accepted.
Thanks, Say again?
Put the ring on my finger, and I might just change my mind.
Yes'm.
A perfect fit.
As if I would mistake anything when it comes to you. Well, more than I already have.
Thank you.
I only regret I couldn't get it to you sooner.
Miser, it's time we laid down our regrets. The future we bear on our shoulders is heavy enough.
You're right. We'll need all our strength for the road ahead. But at the end of it, I see a Reveille that's more beautiful than we've ever known.
It's a homespun truth. The more you throw away, the farther you can ride. If you don't hope, you won't despair. If you don't love, you won't grieve. If you don't place any stock in life, then you're beyond the terror of the grave. Doubts, ethics, humanity. All sacrifices to be made on the altar of success. That's why I killed the man and became the Spectre. After all, when you have nothing left to lose, you have nothing left to fear, and everything to gain. I never planned for a miraculous resurrection. The man was supposed to stay buried in his grave until Reveille itself had returned to dust. But plans have a way of going awry, and things that are buried will seek out the light. Took barking up a few wrong trees, but We hunted down the information all right in the end. Running a few minutes late. Luckily Val here can outrace time itself. Bun. If you got grievances, air them out now. Once we're in the lion's den, it'll be too late.
Who'da thunk? Who'da thunk there'd be a drawer hidden under Not-Not's bed of all places?
That's the point of hiding places, Bun. You don't think.
You didn't need to think anyways. You knew because of all your bedroom rendezvous.
Only to receive mission briefings.
Only? Sounds like hogwash to me.
My current association with Not-Not is pure business. Anything more that happened between us, that was before you and I got...
So there was something more. I knew it.
I'll make it up to you.
How?
We'll go shopping after this job.
So you can buy my forgiveness?
I'll take you anywhere you like.
So you can escape your guilt?
I'll rent out Spurred On for just the two of us.
So we can drink our problems away? It wouldn't be just the two of us anyways. The barkeep will need an invite. Or did Not teach you to fry gizzards too? Bear, your sorries hold as much water as crocodile tears. If you can't convince me you care, I'll find someone who can.
Listen, I've explained the Not situation. I could keep explaining until the moon goes blue from cold. It's still... Wait.
Ugh! Break faster, will you? Maybe next time you can sling me clear over the horizon.
Have you found someone else?
Wouldn't you like to know? Two can play at keeping secrets. What would you do if I had found someone else?
I suppose I'd talk to him.
About?
Where he'd like a new breathing hole.
Most folks would call that a threat, Bear.
Oh, I ain't most folks.
You upset?
I ain't.
Whatever greases your wheels, Hoss. Well, I got just the ditty to put the jingle back in your spurs.
Do you now?
I don't have anyone else. Not now. Not ever.
That so?
Those spurs jingling yet?
What do you reckon?
Like cowbells in the evening.
Speaking of, we burned a lot of daylight. I'll need to drive like greased lightning to make up the time. You better hold on tight.
Only way to hold on, Bear. Is this it? We finally moving on to phase 2?
Almost. We got our information. Now we need a plan. Not gonna complain about how your trigger finger's itching?
Do you reckon we stand a chance against Nexus? We barely scraped by the first fight with our hides intact. We had the Titans then.
I won't lie to you. Things look bad. But they look a lot better standing up than they do lying down. Lose your grit, and there's no tomorrow. That's just the way it is.
What's grit when you're up against the devil?
Is this the same girl who would charge hell with a single bullet and a bucket of water?
Oh.
Live or die. We'll do it together.
And if it's death, will you be able to make peace?
Well, first the devil will have to drag me kicking and screaming to the underworld. But once I see that there's no other way but down, then yeah, I suppose I will.
I used to dream of my grave. Now that I feel death breathing down my neck, it makes me sick.
Bunny,
I don't want to die. I don't know what changed. All I know is, even if I find myself glory-bound, I would shoot off my wings to get back to Earth. Let me ask you one more time, Bear. Can you really make peace with death?
when you kill a person, you take away everything they've earned and everything they have to give. That's why kids are always the hardest. All that possibility turned into ghosts. With all that I've taken, I felt I had no right wanting.
But you feel differently now?
Well, I still don't know about right or wrong. I don't believe that kind of certainty is vouchsafed on Earth. But I know about want, because you taught me. Bun, I want to grow old with you, as certain as the day is long. And hypocrisy or no, it's not a future I'm prepared to let Nexus take away.
Thanks for saying that, Bear. It's a relief to know it ain't just me quaking in my boots.
Embarrassing as it is to concede, I am fighting the urge to bolt even now.
You know what your thing is? Every time you discover even a twinge of feeling, you want to bury it like a dog with a bone.
That's true. But often, the way the world is, no matter how deep you stick your head in the dirt, the light will still find its way to you.
What are you going on about? You find religion in your old age?
No. I found love.
Oh. Once this Nexus hoorah is sorted, we're going shopping.
As often as you'd like.
We're gonna burn rubber over dune and hill.
As far as you'd like.
We're gonna rent out Spurred On and Drink or Dry.
Us and the barkeep.
There are a million shades of light just over the horizon, and I want to see them all with you.
The sunrise tomorrow, the next day, and all the days after that. It's ours for the taking, Bun.
Guess we really are a pair of no-good true blue bandits. Always wanting more.
Reckon that's just part of living.
Living sure is sweet then. Wouldn't mind doing a lot more of it.
Then it's high time we reclaimed our town from Nexus. Because we got a future worth fighting for.
Darn tootin' Bear.
Let's get everything back.